Vinegar Syndrome's VSL, which means Vinegar Syndrome Labs 001. And this is called Flesh and Fantasy, and this is thriller mystery suspense film from year 1943. Yeah, you heard it correctly. 1943. And this Vinegar Syndrome Labs, they are releasing, in this series, they are releasing like films that are a lot older and not necessarily a genre that they usually do. This is, forgive me, I said VSL 001. This is 002 as a matter of fact. And this was the first of the Vinegar Syndrome Lab releases. This Kuruchu, the Beast of the Amazon, which was kind of like a very funny, trashy, campy film from the 1950s, but this is from the 1940s, this Flesh and Fantasy. And gotta tell you, I'm not the biggest fan of these 40s films because that's a kind of like an era that I don't necessarily care too much about. I usually go for the lowest I go is usually 1950s. But, okay, I think this is a very interesting idea they are doing. You know, they are bringing these gems from the older era, so maybe there is some gems to be found. But let's find out if this Flesh and Fantasy is one of these gems, shall we? Okay, first up, let's see how does the box look like. Here we have nice looking slipcover. Murder by suggestions, you're going to kill, you're going to die. Unseen hands pushed him on. So kind of like a very scandalous slipcover there. Then we have the nice style, this kind of like old style poster. No doubt this is the original poster. And yeah, hey, we have quite a impressive bunch of people in this film. Charles Boyer and Edward G. Robinson. These guys were previously familiar to me, but this Barbara Stanwyck and Betty Field, not so much. But I learned much new things about when I watched this. So in the there's nothing inside but the Blu-ray disc in the box, in this cover, and then we have the reversible sleeve with this new artwork from the slipcover, and then we have this reversible artwork. I will keep the reversible artwork here because it is different from the slipcover artwork. I like to do that. Do you like to do that, or what is your policy on this? How do you keep, if there's a reversible cover and slipcover, which one will you choose? Yeah, but Flesh and Fantasy is, like I said, 1934 film, and it was directed by a French director, Julien Duvivier, with a completely new name to me, but apparently he's very hot item, at least he was back in his home country. But then he was asked to United States to make films, and then he went, did one film and came back to France, and then he came back to United States and did some more. And this because this is kind of an episodic film, and that was really uncommon back then. So this film includes 3 stories, or rather 4 stories. In the first story, it's like a, it's like a parent story of this. These 2 guys, they start to discuss about the supernatural, these rich guys, and they're drinking whiskey and talking about supernatural. And the other one is telling about some dream he had, and the other one is talking him out of this superstition. And then he starts to read a story. And this first story is about a lady who is in the Mardi Gras, and she is supposed to be ugly, but the way her face is lit is like a, enhanced the black parts, black rings under her eyes, and that. Yeah, she really isn't an ugly person, but yeah, it is meant to be. And then she's about to commit a suicide because there's some guy found dead from the lake, and actually the opening shot was pretty impressive, where this Mardi Gras people are digging this guy out of from the river, and they are dressed like devils. So I was thinking of, oh my god, are they supposed to be devils or something? But they are not. They are in the masquerade. Any case, this lady is about to kill herself, and then this mysterious Mardi Gras mask guy talks her out of it, and then convinces her to wear this mask, which makes her look beautiful, and then she could get the man of her dreams. Yeah. So basically that's it. I won't go to the spoilers, but it was mysterious and perhaps even supernatural, but I don't think it's horror. But it's interesting, and the way the film is shot and this sequence in particular is very interesting. All these shadows and nice camera movement, because back in the 40s it was not that common to move camera like that, what this director is doing here. And in the next story, there's this guy who goes to fortune teller, this rich guy, and the fortune teller tells him that, hey, you are about to kill somebody, buddy, you are gonna be a murderer. And then this rich guy is, oh my fucking Christ, goddamn motherfuckers, who I'm gonna fucking kill? And then, no, he doesn't swear. And this is a film that were made under Hays Code. So, nothing too grim, nothing too depressing, no cursing, no nudity, no nothing is happening these Hays Code time films. But this guy, you know, this fortune teller kind of like plants to his head that, yeah, you're gonna kill somebody. And then, kind of interesting, he starts to thinking about that, who am I gonna kill? Because if I'm about to kill somebody, which person would cause least damage? So he's kind of like a fair-hearted killer. But in the end, does he kill somebody? Well, I'm not gonna go to the spoilers then. And in the last story, it's about this kind of like what you call circus tightrope walker. That in his dream he sees that he's falling off from tightrope, and because of this mysterious lady. And then he meets this lady on a boat from London to New York, and then they fall in love. And are the dreams really about are the dreams? Are the dreams that come true, are they a fact or fiction? So you see, maybe this middle story is more like a thriller horror story, but not so much these other tales in this. And yeah, like I said, this is well shot and atmospheric and a kind of interesting film. And it was 90 minutes long, so it won't take too much of your time. And I watched the extras, and there was also a commentary which I did listen, and a commentary by Kim Newman and Barry Forshaw. Barry Forshaw is some kind of author of French cinema and cinema of this era, and also Kim Newman. Everybody probably knows Kim Newman. He's familiar if you're a guy who's into extras, so you have probably seen Kim Newman plenty of time in extras. Yeah. But yeah, I found out that this film was supposed to include also the fourth story, and it was cut maybe because of the duration, or maybe because that tale didn't have too much star power in it. Who knows? But this fourth story was edited into this film called Destiny, but I haven't seen it. So, a good film, interesting film, atmospheric film, well shot film, and well cast film. And only gripe I have with these era films is that they are made under this Hays Code, so nothing too raunchy can happen. And also the music. God damn it, I don't like the music of this era. I mean, why does it have to always include music? This whimsical or otherwise lame music, constant music. Every time. Why? Shut up for a while. Fucking music in this film. But that is a common problem of the film of this era. I would rate this film 3.5 stars out of 5. It's great. I think if you're at all into the films of noir films of this era, black and white films, so maybe check out Flesh and Fantasy. I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. Yes, and the documentary in this disc and all the extra precise trailer and commentary, it was the Fate News or the Dark World of Julien Duvivier, featured with French film by. It was French with. It was made with this Christopher Gans, also a film director. Very detailed facts about this director's life and the making of this film. Yeah. Check it out if you like. Yeah. All right. Getting warmed up here.